Remember when this was a thing? Never 2020. Yeah, me neither. This movie does. It involves this as well, upon many things. Welcome back to Cinepoly Reviews. I haven't done that intro in a while. But it's one of those movies, it's one of those movies where, just have to do a normal intro sometimes. Because this movie, that's all I'm gonna say. Alright, so, let's get this review going. Yeah. Eddington is, yes, a new A24 film directed by none other than Ari Aster, which, of course, he has directed a few good movies, I'm not gonna lie, including Midsummer and Hereditary. This movie... Hereditary. Alright, well, that's gonna be a bust. Alright, cool. Okay, this thing is... Alright. And of course, he also directed Beale is Afraid. Now, obviously, I did not see that movie. But, from what I've heard of other things, other people, it wasn't that good of a movie. It was disappointing, to say the least. But he is now coming back again with Joaquin Phoenix, second time, trying to get that, second redemption, trying to be there, and with this movie, so I wanted to come to this movie fully surprised, saw the teaser trailer once. I didn't want to see the main trailer because I wanted to be surprised. I love Ari Aster because of the horror movies that he has done. Obviously, this is not a horror movie, it's more of a western than anything, but hey, I'm not judging, I'm not into westerns, but hey, I thought to myself, maybe he can change my mind. So, Eddington, it is about, during the COVID-19 pandemic, a standoff between a small-town sheriff and a mayor sparks a power crack as Neighbor is pitted against Neighbor in Eddington, New Mexico. So in a nutshell, it's very much intense, it's gritty, it's in a way a little bit suspenseful. Joaquin Phoenix is a small-town sheriff and Pedro Pascal is a small-town mayor. Obviously, they have two different opinions when it comes to the pandemic because, hey, why not make a movie that's probably 5 years already too late, but hey, Ari Aster, sometimes he has crazy ideas, right? Obviously, it also has Emma Stone and also has Austin Butler, so there's a few A-list stars in here. Though, well, let's put it this way, they are there, they just wanted to be there, Make a little money because I feel like they were doing something else more important. So just from me saying that, I'm pretty sure you get the gist of all that. Now, I don't want to shit in this movie, okay? But let me kind of sum this up. Basically, Blackpink Jisoo. This movie is...
Not bad, but not good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Okay, let me start off with this, okay? Let me start off with the actors, the characters in this, okay? Joaquin Phoenix. Obviously, he's an amazing actor, and I liked him in this. He did an amazing job being a small-town sheriff and just being that desperate person. And you can feel desperation in his character. You can feel like he wants to just define this town into something that doesn't hold rules of COVID-19 because he thinks it's bullshit, and you can feel that. That being said, Pedro Pascal, Emma Stone, Austin Butler, great actors, right? Were they needed in this film? Absolutely not. I mean, obviously, yeah, Pedro Pascal is technically the enemy, the rival, and yeah, I guess he was in it for a good majority of the movie. By the way, this movie is about 2 hours and 20 or 20 something minutes, right? I would have to say this. Emma Stone being the wife and Austin Butler being, a cult leader, I guess you could say, a person that's speaking truth, speaking, I'm not too sure, I'm still at this point, honestly, I'm trying to wrap my head around what his character was supposed to do. But they were there for about, at most, probably 20-25 minutes. Their characters weren't needed. They had no importance in this movie to just keep going ahead. But I don't know. I feel like Joaquin Phoenix could have done this movie all by himself, honestly, without the help of anybody. The other thing that I want to say about this film that I felt 50-50 about was there was so many plots upon plots in this film, because let's put it this way, right? It starts off with a good friendly rivalry, rivalry. Am I foreign? I am. Shit. It started off with a good friendly banter against Pedro Pascal, against, you know, Joaquin Phoenix about Mayor and stuff like that, and it slowly goes into more dramatic sense, into a shootout towards the third act of the film, and it's like, how did point A go to point B so fast? It was supposed to be just about who's gonna be mayor or not. I thought that was gonna be, you know, who's gonna be mayor, you know, what's gonna happen in 2020. COVID-19 is a thing, pandemic is a thing, we're in quarantine, lockdown, you know, rules, regulations from the CDC, stuff like that, right? And I thought it was gonna be that. I thought it was gonna be that kind of film, you know, maybe a little bit comedy, a little bit of this and that. But then it goes all of a sudden to, whoops, there goes the action, there goes a little shootout and conspiracy theories, and it's like, what just happened? Like, honestly, if you fall asleep from point A and then you kind of miss like the first, second part, and then you wake up to this third part of shootout, you're gonna be like, am I seeing the same movie right now? Because it honestly doesn't feel like it. But obviously the action was amazing. The shootout, I feel like that plot was more interesting than the plot of the good, you know, whatever, you know, mayor, you know, competitive stuff, right? One plot, just give me one plot, that's it. I do have to say though, the comedy in this was great. Obviously, at first it felt like they were making fun of COVID-19 pandemic and stuff like that, right? But then it slowly becomes more, in a way, serious and how 2020 was looked and viewed upon. Yeah, I felt there's a white girl, and I'm gonna call her a white girl because I forgot her name, honestly, and she wasn't that important. But that being said, there was this white girl, you know, teenage white girl who was very into the whole Black Lives Matter movement. You felt that realness, and it's like, oh my god, yeah, I forgot about that. But not really, but you know, it brought you back to the intensity and just the mess of what 2020 was and how things were going, you know, things were falling apart with Trump, with Joe Biden, you know, the election, there was hornets of bees coming and killing, COVID-19 obviously was a thing, quarantine, lockdown, like all this stuff was going on, and you feel that and you feel the realness of this movie, which I enjoyed about it. With that being said, of course, let's just do this, okay? Eddington, do I recommend it? In all honesty, I gotta say no. I gotta say no, mostly because to the fact of it was a long movie, and it honestly felt like it was dragging. It honestly felt at times I was just looking at my phone when some scenes just came up because it didn't matter to me. And honestly, there was some points where I almost did fall asleep, honestly. The 2 hours felt like 4 hours, which is honestly, when it comes to a long movie, real bad. Because when I went to go see F1, and that movie is also 2 hours, it honestly didn't feel like 2 hours. It honestly felt like it was an hour because it was that fun to see. This movie, on the other hand, is the opposite. Una reverse, right? It's 2 hours, but it feels like it's 4 hours. I don't know what he was trying to do. Sorry, Ari Aster, but this movie with Joaquin Phoenix as well it's a dud. Score-wise, I honestly would have to give this a 6 out of 10. I'm sorry. Did you guys enjoy Eddington? What is your favorite quarantine film? What is your favorite 2020 film? What is your favorite Ari Aster film? Put your opinions in the comments down below. Guys, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. As always, I have been Polly. This has been Poly Reviews. That is all, guys.